Hi everyone, I am Margot, your tarot reader, and today we are doing a personal reading for a client. Prior to the recording, I call into the universe with my client's personal information because they remain private at all times. If and when there are predictions, know that certain predictions can and are allowed to change to an extent. Other predictions cannot and will not be changed because it is the path that you have to take in this physical world and or spiritually. So I asked the guys before the recording to call on to the universe and to the spiritual angel that you have in the heavens, if and when the energies are passive, for us to conceive today, for us to be able to hear from that loved one that you wish to hear from, and are they in the free will to do so. Okay, so we are doing more than one thing in this personal reading today for this beautiful client of mine who I adore to pieces. Okay, love and light to you, my child, and also to your loved one. Angels of the heaven and earth, let I see the energies provided with the white light. Let us clear the path and let us see. 4. If you wish to have any messages today, we are open to hear. May your spiritual soul be protected at this time, as well as ours, to hear from you. Let us see. What are the messages that you have for? Okay. Okay. So now we're open to the energies. Thank you. Okay. So I felt a little hesitant toward the energy as I was trying to channel this loved one of yours. Now, when it can require number of circumstance within the physical and the spiritual realm. Okay, it can also be acquiring where she or he is hesitant toward the energies that are coming forward, or not knowing what's calling her and for what reasons. The energy uh, it's like, how is this possible, is how I'm sensing her. How is this possible that the entities are coming through and wishing to hear from me, where so she's heavily breathing, so I'm not sure what was caused of her passing or the reasons for. So normally, as it is in regular readings, and not to mention when we are enchanting our loved ones that are passed on, the energies are very conducive in various forms for me. And so usually, on in clients in the physical form, I get to sense their energy of what they're feeling, what they're going through, and what's coming in, and so far. I can feel all kinds of energy, good energies, and bad energies, as well as what the client is feeling or going through. But when we are also referring to other people, to the loved ones that are passed on, I get to feel a stronger type of entities and energies and whatnot. So she could have had heart problems, or that could have been the reason for her passing. A number of things, but my breathing is just a little off. And so also when we are in that other spiritual realm, in that space, there's certain things that I have to do in order to prepare myself for that, during and before, during and after. Anyways, so her, and also please do understand here for my client, whoever's watching, that sometimes when I am speaking, it's also not just for who I'm reading to understand what I'm saying or to listen to what I'm saying, but also for the energy that is within us as well. So your loved one, as well, as I repeat certain things, might sound awkward to you, but it is the energy that I am with in front of me or beside me that I am communicating with. Okay, so as I talk to you, I'm also explaining to this loved one of yours what I'm going through as they are. So I'm also asking for them to be more at ease with what they're trying to communicate to me, so that I can pass it perfectly, or the best that I can, in order to channel the energies, the predictions toward you. Okay. And so she's trying to grasp air. I feel that she's overwhelmed. I feel that she's excited. She's smiling. She's smiling. Uh, um, uh, um, so she's saying granddaughter, but I feel that she has a certain nickname toward you. Uh, uh, Bina. I don't know. I heard Bina, but it could be in different form. Okay, so this is how I'm sensing it. Okay, um, and she feels that there was a lot of bond between the families through generations. Also, she had a very strong bond with you, and the child that you have is almost like having mini Bina, is what she's saying to me. So, and again, no, I don't have to apologize because I feel like I was fixing to say that. So no, the translation to her hard tone accent, it's it's not coming right from me. So um, so I feel that she sees your energy more as when you were younger. Um, Reminiscing of when you were younger is what she's saying. Um, okay. And so she was very into the family generation, into the family, uh, establish that bond of what unity is between family. Okay. So she keeps mentioning family, family. Um, she's also tells me that they were, okay. So she's also telling me that there was a loss within her life as well. I am not sure if it was when she was little or as growing, or as she lost a loved one sometime during her living age. Um, because we see a broken heart, and she's showing me a broken heart. She's also saying that she was hoping to gain it feels to me spiritual energy around her. She could have been very religious. That could be why I'm sensing it in that way, and why she was hesitant with me coming forward. So, like I'm explaining to you, I'm explaining to the spiritual soul that I'm in contact at this time that I am no one to fear. I am only here to help and deliver certain messages from the physical world to the spiritual world, and that she is welcome to come within my space, that I am protected, and so is she. And as when we are done, I will send her as the same way she came through. Okay, that is how I work. I'm not just about helping the us in the living, but also in the spiritual realm as well. So whatever they want to say, whatever they want message they have, I always send it through all the time. And if there's anything that I see that they might need help with in the other side as well, I do in the physical. So it's not just that we can clean our body in the physical form here, but we also can clean our spirit in the other side as well. Okay. And there are lots of souls that are lost, and so know that whoever's watching this, there is a way to have heal that soul. A lot of the times, we lose people, our loved ones, through or because of drugs, depression, any other negative energies that caused it, and so therefore we lose a loved one. But know that if you are here in the living and you know someone that has been through that and passed because of that, that you can still save that soul even if they are on the other side. We ourselves, we can save that ancestry that has been from the past, the present, and also the future. So keep that in mind for whoever's watching. But I feel that there's a connection toward you, my client. Okay? Because nothing is just because when whatever comes out of my mouth, it is through the generations, through the energies of whoever we are within now. Okay? Okay. So I feel that she is speaking of a lot of uh, her life pattern or behavior. Okay, it can be here in the life that she had and the one that you know of hers, or previous life. Okay, but she's showing me that there was a lot of abundance within the relationship. There was a mutual give and take from her side to the family as well. So there was a nurturing sensation going on between all this family within your generation. But behind that, I'm sensing that there was a hidden agenda or a hidden rivalry, a hidden ancestry of some sort is what I'm sensing here. A hidden situation that it keeps coming around, and it can be in the family sector or the female sector. Okay. So either she was in the religions or she was someone that believed in certain things more than others in the family. I'm not sensing her being, oh, okay. Okay, it was a lot for, something was going on within her mind or sensing certain things that maybe she didn't know who to confess it in, or, and if she did, it feels to me that it's almost like not being, how do I put this, believed in, or something. Her energy is showing into the spiritual sense, but in a point of not being accepted, kind of. Okay, I'm not sure where is this coming from. She could have not been accepted on a relationship, including a loved one. Okay. So I do feel that she has tried to communicate with you. It could be either through your dreams and or physical, because we saw earlier that there was an entity that was not fitting within the energy. Okay, so it could be a general ancestry line of having the good and the bad, and having to have the will to win everything that is in life, to be wanted, desired, and loved, but also having to how do I put this, to work harder at it because of certain energies. So she's taking me to a home that has like this yard. I see bricks. I see white bricks. I see trees. I see a. I just felt like a calmness, and then a breeze came into me, and I feel that this is her standing at her home city. Home. I see a home, like a small home. It feels small, but it's bricks, and there's a oven, like homemade oven. I smell food cooking, like bread cooking. Someone cooking inside. She's outside. She's outside, and she's taking in that breeze that's coming in. I'm not sure if it's winter that's coming in, but there's a change of a season, I feel, because I see the sun, and I feel the heat, and she's standing there, but it's the breeze feels different from what I'm seeing and sensing, and she's just glancing, looking through, and okay, so I feel that this was most likely at a younger age that she was sensing this or looking at someone doing this, because I'm seeing hair, blonde hair, flowing as the wind flows. So it could either be her and or her observing, seeing this from a child. It's a child, a young child, teenager child, even, and it can even be an adult, because the energy feels, it feels to me like she carries that throughout her life. Okay, so that is why I can't be in a specific level of what age, because if she was young, it's obvious that this memory has carried on through her life. And again, either she's observing and or looking, or her going through this herself. This is a memory that it's very genuine, stuck on her, including on the spiritual sense. And so I'm seeing trees, like the grass, like the street, not the street, no. It's like pavement, not, oof, I don't know how to explain this, how I'm sensing the view. So the view is like, let's say, maybe there's something here that I can see it through in here. Okay, so, well, okay. So I will, so, because, okay, no, it's not, because I'm sensing something different. So let's say that this is the house, and then you walk outside and this is the yard. And so the yard is like, it's not grass. It's like maybe like, and it's not pavement like you can drive through. No, it's not that either. It's like rocky, like sand, it takes me back on Jesus' age, even, like the way the living situation was. But it's almost like deserty looking, the yard. But then at a distance, you get to see trees. And the trees to me look very live, and breezy. And I get to see, I'm not sure if she lived when she was going through her ages of stages in this life, if they were including animals, where she lived, because I'm hearing animals, right, like a rooster, and also I hear, so she's glancing and looking at everything and just observing, just sensing it. Now, I will have to say that there's a lot of these things that she recollected prior to passing. And these are the very last moment thoughts, including that could have been saved within herself and moved on with that as well. So only you will know, my client, what is it that I'm babbling about. It might sound that way, but believe it or not, it may be pertaining to this life itself, or she is literally talking about previous. But she's very in tune with this memory, and she's feeling that love and that nurture. So that carried her through a lot of things in her life. So and again, it could be her, and it could be her seeing her own children or grandchildren even doing that, and she observing and feeling that same attachment toward that energy. For example, she could have been standing in the door and observing her children or grandchildren, seeing, sensing that wind and whatnot, and her feeling the same connection as that other person was doing that. Okay, it can also be in that sense. Know that when we are connecting with a loved one that's passed on, it will not be 100% precise. There will always be a glitch into the memories and what they're trying to connect. But I feel that more than anything, she is trying to emphasize on the structure of the family, and what family was to her, which was loving, nurturing, caring, and very spiritual. Okay. And so I feel that you are a symbol of a mini her. Okay, that's how I gathered that with her energy. It is a very soul connection that has been bonded between you and her, my client. Okay, I do see that. So she did go through a path of struggle in the spiritual form, I feel. It can be because of detaching from a love connection. So sometimes when we are in this life, we have all these lessons and karmas and whatnot to do and fulfill, but also our partner. And so we don't come in the same time, right? We come years before, years after, and whatnot. And so therefore, our karma lessons expand to different levels, different forms. And so we might finish first, or our loved one might finish first, whoever. But one cycle will be over from whatever soul connection we have with whoever it is. So I feel that she is still in that path, and one of her love connections, love soul connection, did not. So there was a detachment from a soul loved one that she had. Okay. And it feels to me that either it was agreeable, or someone finished their love, spiritual growth here in the physical. And so, like, for example, you know how they say cats have 9 lives? Well, we have many. And so therefore, someone within her line ended their spiritual growth, and so they are in a higher dimension now in the spiritual world. So they moved on from her energy, whoever that person is. And so I feel that she was a bit saddened by this situation. I feel that she lived a connection with someone that she truly loved and conquered the world kind of in one life. And so they came back together in another life, meaning. And so therefore, and so that person that she had this a union of unity within the physical and the spiritual has ended. So it ended, and again, because probably it was their time to end and experience other lives, or it ended because in the living we decided to debond our bond, physical and or spirit or spiritual. You can ask that, to the gods. And just like we can bond each other here in the physical or spiritual, we have I have had clients that have come to me and say, you know what, we are not physically married, but we would like to be spiritually married. And so therefore, when two people are in agreeable with this, there are certain questions that I ask them before I said yes to that, that I can perform that spiritual bond wedding. And so, and sometimes it may be a no, because the answers in the tarot and or in the physical form or in the energies are just not there. So there are times that I've declined that as well. But when I have performed that, it is just a beautiful sensation that comes within, to know that two people have decided to unite their spiritual path together within the physical and move forward in the next life, including still together. That is something that it not only that it takes a lot of energy work to do, but also to, when two people admit to this and want to this, to be in such bond. And we when I say we, is I and the spirit guides, that we go to the other side of the universe, and then we ask permission. We put that permission out there to see if we can bond souls like that together. And so when it's agreeable, it's a beautiful thing to know in the physical flesh and blood that we want to be with someone for the rest of our lives. Now, things may happen to hinder the circumstances, but when you build that bond knowingly, willingly in the physical, I can assure you that you will move on to the next life together. Whoever comes in and hinder the situation will have to go through the ends of the earth to interfere with that bond, because it's going to be a bond that it's going to be very difficult to break, and that no matter what, you will still come back together because you have agreed to be one, two into one. And so, the reason why I say that is because, and again, her energy is telling me that there are a lot of things that she wished she would know, that there are a lot of things that she wished she could have asked. Most likely she did ask to spend the rest of her life with a loved one, with the love of her life. And she could have in this life or in a past life, but definitely she had a past ending with her loved one. Okay. I'm not sure if she lost her loved one before she passed, because she's pointing someone passed before she did. And so she's generating that energy. Overall, she is very proud of what her ancestry has overflowing. Either she means that it has multiplied into great, or she is saying in the physical form that her ancestry, her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren that are now have expanded worldly wide, and also expand in the physical form, including have things that she couldn't have as she was growing, or experience life in totally different than what she experienced when she was growing. Material wise, she's also saying that there's a lot of things that we have now. So she's saying we because she includes in herself in your success, in the bloodline success. Okay. And so she's very proud of that. So she's also saying that she has experienced you going through certain things, and that she's also saying that she knows you've sent her the love. she knows that throughout the world, throughout the energies of the other side, and or she is still there. She's very surprised. It's telling me that you have accomplished a lot. She's very surprised that you've done a lot of things that she thought that she couldn't, and you have. That it was in her desire to do and accomplish. But you went out there. You went out there in the world and experienced. And even though there were moments of frightness, I feel that she was always honest with you. I feel that she clarified a lot of things for you as well, and spoke the truth, and spoke as it was, as it's supposed to be, straightforward, I feel. And so she's also saying, stay true to yourself and know that no matter what scares you, that there's always behind the scenes, whenever things are just down and out for you, that there's always in the other end her and your ancestry behind you. Okay. She is also happy that you have found love, that it's been very difficult with that relationship, she says, and she understands that you struggle from the past relationship that you've had, and that you went through such drama with this circumstances, and that it has blocked your energy to self-growth, emotionally, physically, and mentally, she says. So a lot of those things has also hindered your physical form, your physical body. And a lot of the things that you hold emotionally, it drenched you, and it cluttered your physical body. So that is a lot of the physical things you're going through. It is because of that. And so she has tried to come forth. She really does. She has tried to come forth. And I feel that because of what you were going through, she was not able to come through as clearly as she wanted to. There were a lot of times that she was very frightened for you, of what you were going through, what you were thinking, and what you thought you could go and do even to yourself. There is someone that I'm not sure if they have been thinking also of committing suicide, or did that in their lives, in your ancestry, in your bloodline. Okay, she's telling me that. So there is a hinder of that in your family. How do I put this? So feeling remorse, feeling under the weather, feeling depressed, things like that, it is through one of your bloodlines. Okay. So she's telling me that there is a way to there was a way for her to come through. So she was present when you gave birth. She is saying she was present. She was present when you gave birth. I'm not sure if it was the little thing, literally, that she was there when you gave birth to your child, or she was present. And so she was present. She's just saying that. So I'm not sure if she's saying literally that she was there when the child was born, or she was present. Okay. All I'm sensing from this is that she is very proud of that child that you have, because again, this mini that child that you have is mini you. Okay, so she sees that child as you, being you when you were little. Baby Bina. I'm not sure. And again, this keeps popping up, so I'm not sure how that relates. Okay, because she, again, it's a nickname that she had for you. So I'm not sure if it was for you or your child, but there's something going on with that. Okay, so moving from that, yeah, she just felt so connected with this child that you have. So I feel that that energy is more toward that child of yours. Okay. So sometimes when she's not able to come through you, she comes and goes through that energy. I'm not sure how many grandchildren or grandchildren are already in the mix. But I feel that there's another one coming through somewhere within the bloodline as well. Okay, as of now. So is she saying? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we are going to, believe me, I could go on and on and on, but I also have a certain limited time to send, to use the energy as well. I can't just keep her with us. Okay. Thank you to the universe and to the heavens. Thank you for aligning us. Lord Jesus Christ, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So she wishes you great joy, great success. Okay, we do see that. Because I'm trying to close out with her, but and so I was asking her what was the last message. Okay. Speak your truth always. Don't be afraid. Know that there's always the right time and the right place for you to deliver your messages. Okay. Know that she's watching you and she's not alone. Someone else is there. I feel that there's a male figure with her as well. And know that there's been a lot of disappointment in your life, but she is working on that. And she's saying thank you. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So when I contact spirits, you know, they know who I am and they know what I'm about. And so there is no hiding from them at all. Okay. And so they see, they hear everything. And so, you know, she's clarifying that she's acknowledging me by calling me, you know, my name. So, and it is what it is. And so she is also saying that she is glad that it is finally coming through the energy of where we can speak. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's messages directly for you or with me or both of us, including. Okay. And so then now I felt a sadness through her. Okay, it can be the sadness that she is feeling that we are trying to close the energy. Or it can be the sadness of someone within the family going through something. Someone going through physical pain and spiritual pain and hindering mental thoughts. And there can be someone who is, you know, between the age of, I want to say, 20 to including 50, having some type of difficulty within their lives, and also physical. Okay. I'm not sure who that is. It can be a male figure. Okay. Overall, I feel that she is going to give you a spark of joy within yourself. Okay. Either monetary or spiritually. Okay. But she's working behind the scenes is what she's telling me. Show her, show her, show her. Show her, show her. I don't know what that means, but okay. Yes. Okay, thank you. Don't be afraid. She's saying don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that there is a lot of things in this world that we can manage if you trust the right people, if you trust yourself. And again, she is a given light to you. She is divinely giving you some type of passage, I feel, or some type of way to make you see. Okay, I get it now. Okay, so you know how when I'm with my channel sometimes, and when I say these messages, that if you happen to be in my channel is because you're guided by your spirit guides. You know, that there might be something that you're needing to heal physically and or spiritually. She guided you to me. She guided you to me because she couldn't get through. She couldn't get through to you when you needed it the most. She couldn't get through to you. She worked at it and there was no way of coming in. Your mind was so cluttered from all the things that you were going through. And she just couldn't bear your hurt and pain that you were going through before coming to me. And she would literally stand beside you trying to connect with you. But because your spirit, your light was so inhabitable that she couldn't come. And she tried literally to, you know, including touch you, you know, sob you, you know. She would observe you crying nonstop in your bed. And she would try to touch your head to soothing you. My child, you know, I keep seeing her saying, my child, my child, my child. And so spiritually, she broke down barriers and she found a way. Okay. And I know it may seem hard to believe, you will probably believe it now, but whoever out there is watching may find it to be all, out of the ordinary or weird, and who knows. But it exists that our own angels, our loved ones that are passed on, will find one way or another to find a way to help us. Okay. And so this is the way I feel that she found a way for you. And I give her thanks for that, because again, for me, it is about helping whoever comes to me, spiritually and or physical. Okay. And it is about making sure that your soul is a better outlook to this physical world, to see things in a different light, and to know that no matter what is, we are just not alone. And no matter what we do here, we are still loved by our divine at the end of the day. Please trust me and believe. Okay. So she's giving thanks to the person that is with you at this time, to know that he is trying to heal you, and that he is also trying to heal himself as well. Okay. But she's also asking for a civil union of you two. Okay. It is what it is. And again, we'll keep going back to that spiritual bond and or religion bond that she has. So she is asking for a union between you and the person that you're with. Okay. And also she's giving her blessing. Okay. There you have it. She is giving her blessing. There is some type of media thing going on here that she's sensing that they will be successful. It can be for you and or for the person that you're with. But she is saying that. Okay. Absolutely. There's going to be a lot of movement going on through that. We definitely see success here. So it can also relate to someone within your ancestor, within your line, that was kind of known within the family and or within the circle, or popular probably in the community even. Okay, she's talking about that. Okay, so I want to thank her for coming through today, and I want to give her thanks for outlining us, and to know that to know that she is loved and she's nurtured. And I want to tell her that she is in a better enlightenment now still. And also, so, I feel that someone worked at the church, I'm not sure if she worked at the church, or church is very pronounced here in this moment. So there's a background to that also as well. Okay. Or she volunteered at church or something like that. But it's something that it's okay. I feel that I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Of course, you will let me know, because I the more I continue, the more she will continue. And so there's a limit of I think that because she's overwhelmed, she wants to talk about everything. And I thank her for that. Okay, Miss this. I want to thank you for coming, and I want to thank you for being with us today. Know that your light is very protected in ours, and I want to give you love and light to you, and to know that you are very appreciated, that your loves you endlessly, and that she hears you today and gives you thanks. Okay, so we keep falling back to that. Okay. Okay. In order to close all this negativity, So we do have a karmic situation that is going on here, that it is still showing here. It's not as severe as it could have been, because again, you, my client, have done certain things to detach a lot of negative energy. So that has helped tremendously. But I feel that there's a little overshadow here with someone, and it can also still be shadowing you. It is not, and I'm not going to go through another one either, because I don't have to, because right off the bat, it is, I don't see the card that tells me worried about this more. Okay, but you are still still climbing out of that darkness. Okay, my client. And so, but in the most recent 2 weeks or 2 months past, you have started to come forth and help yourself and your physical and or spiritual self-being, to improve and enlighten yourself, to find some type of healing. A lot of the things, and like the things that you've been going through, because it is through the family, through the ancestry, we do see that it has hindered a lot of things within you. Okay, it is something within the families. Oh, well, let me show you this one. This one kind of shows similar to what I was experiencing earlier when I opened up. Okay, you see the paint, the road, and then it's kind of showing me it's a little bit of similar to what I was trying to explain earlier. But anyways, she's telling me that there is a background to the ancestry of the sorrows and the pains, and so a lot of the things that you've been going through are very haunting, feeling like you can't solve it, you don't understand it, and so there was as well someone else going through that within the family. So it is connected to feeling like not belonging in the earth itself, feeling like not wanting to be here, feeling like lost and things like that. So it is a general phase, a generic phase of the spiritual bond of the ancestry that you've been going through. So, but I don't see the card that tells me I need to be in a very concerned situation because of the work that we have done and because of the change that you're going through right now. Though we still have some concerns and worries, don't worry, I'm here. But it also tells me that we will get through this, okay? Because we are looking at the sun, which is having the light enlightenment of our own spiritual growth, and also for us to engage in what is suited for us. The angels are watching and are helping us, okay? And when, of course, when I say us, is us, I, the spirits in you, your spirit guides, and also your the person that we just contacted, the soul that we just contacted today. They are here for those purposes, to make sure that you are taken care of and that you're being guided in the path that you're supposed to go. You are trying to put behind all of this and not let this hinder your happiness and see through it, okay? So I will take that as a positive sign for you, that there are beautiful things coming your way. And she is again hoping that soon she will have the news that my child can not be afraid again to sue them or to be into another union. So in other words, she does not like the fact that you're living with someone and not being married. It is what it is. And so, but she understands, because she understands all this, okay? And so, at least that's the path of the approval that she's going. So you'll decide what type of wedding you will want, the physical and or spiritual, okay? Or both. So thank you. Don't be afraid to take a risk, is what she's saying. Nothing is forever unless you say so. So we keep going back to this. So I was supposed to close it out, but she's keep telling me, you need to understand that pain is also a lesson, okay? That we have to learn by it and teach by it. That you have to learn that the pain you've had can also walk away from you. if you desire to do so. There's no need for you to hold on to this fear. Fear can only win if you hold it close to you. So detach it. Detach it from you and learn to experience each and every day in the way that you want to go through it. If and when pain comes to you, say no. I do not want you, and you do not exist in my space. Okay? And when you experience pain by other people, by whatever means, know that you're not alone. There's comfort at your bay when you are ready to receive it. Sometimes pain is necessary for us to grow, but it's not necessary for us to hold on to it. Okay? Thank you. Okay. So, to the universe and to the heavens. Oh, wow. So, just to give you a preview, for you, my dearest Capricorn, okay? I'm sorry, not Capricorn, Virgo. It's the energy of someone that is like Capricorn is coming through here. So there might be some type of sibling through that. Anyways, for you, Virgo, okay? Wait, not Virgo. What keeps saying Virgo? Capricorn. Yes. Okay, so whoever's Virgo, it doesn't matter. For you, Capricorn, you know who you know, I don't have to, my client knows what I'm saying. For you, Capricorn, I want to tell you that that's for you, Capricorn, not my angelic Cancer right now. For you, Capricorn, let me tell you, so your ancestry has gone a great deal of length to move through the earth itself, and I kind of feel like literally you've someone within your family have done that. But I also feel that there's a strong bond between you and another person within your family, but also I'm not sure if they're actually in the living still or passed on. But your generation falls in tremendous ways. So I'm seeing tall figures. I'm seeing tall figures. I'm not sure if somewhere within your line we have where there was at one point what you call the giants, or you were called the giants as like a warrior or like a giants. I don't know what it means in a different language, but so this is very significant for me. I feel that there was a trade of a female to a different tribe, including. So I feel that this message is for the Capricorn. So it might even relate to the person the energy that I was sensing earlier. But either way, I wanted to give you a little extra and pull the energies of Capricorn's loved ones if they wanted to. So I'm sensing that they are well-to-do giants, and again, giants feels to me like either giant by popular demand and or by warriors, like if someone was a warrior in one of their lives and so they were called that. What comes to me, like let's say Troy, for example, like being put out there in the field, and that your bloodline is those type of men that are just huge, tall, big, muscled up and so forth. So that's what I'm sensing here. But I'm also sensing that there was someone who was sold to a different tribe also. And that was one of those phases that the cycle of your family ancestry change also. Okay, is what it's saying. So it changed the pattern of behavior, the pattern of the ancestry through that soul, through that selling of a loved one. It shows here very clearly. Okay, so it opened the lines to a new dimension, a new energetic field and or living status of your line as you are now, is what it's telling me, Capricorn. Okay, that's a beautiful thing there. For you, my child, Cancer, for your bloodline on your ancestry side, I feel that religious is very important. So one of your siblings of the past was into the church and or lived. Oh, isn't that? I shuffled and shuffled, and oh my Lord, we have the same cards. Isn't that amazing? That is just absolutely beautiful. Okay, and so we keep going back into the, yes, we do see that someone was into the religious quite well, and then shuffling, we still see this one. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll just leave that as that. Okay, so yes, we do see that someone was very much into the either healing end or being into the religion. It's a cult that comes to mind when I'm saying this. It's a cult. I'm not sure if it was in the open or in the closed end, but it was not that the family was. It was that one, could have been one person. That person generated the energy. Okay. I'm not sure if they were experiencing with something that was the opposite of what the family believed in. But they believed that this was going to be something that will be very known in centuries to come. Or they probably thought that if they do this, them themselves in that time period will become famous and so forth, or being admired by their Lord, is what I hear. Okay.